love, everybody, and welcome to God Wins TV. I'm your host, Reverend Sonia. Today, I would like to talk to you about sleep apnea and my sleep apnea solution. Now, years ago, when I was 130 pounds, I was diagnosed with a disease called sarcoidosis that the doctor said that there was no cure for. And after 3 months, I went from 130 pounds to 230 pounds. I gained 100 pounds in 3 months. With that weight gain, I believe, came the sleep apnea. Now, I didn't know I had sleep apnea. My husband never ever complained that I snored or anything like that. And but when I would go to hotels, if I was with other people, like I say, I toured with a band for a number of years, and they'd put the girls over here and the boys over there and that sort of thing, and people would wake me up and say, "Sonia, you're snoring," and I was completely oblivious to it, but I guess I was a freight train. And so of course, one of my other symptoms, which was not good, was that I had to be up like at least twice during the night to go to the bathroom. Now, I didn't realize at that time as well that that is one of your body's signals to they're not breathing, I need to get them up, so let's use another impulse. And the bathroom impulse seemed to work, so my body just kind of went with that. And so I was up going to the bathroom 2 and 3 times a night, every night. Another symptom tended to be acid reflux. If you have sleep apnea and you have acid reflux, that is one of the signals that your body will use just to get you to wake up and breathe. Okay, because that's the whole idea. There's nothing really wrong. We just want you to wake up and breathe, and you seem to respond to that signal. So we're going to go to that, and that's what your body is trying to say to you. Okay, so I had I had some acid reflux. I always seem to have Tums on hand or whatever, and I was always going to the bathroom thinking, oh, I must be losing weight finally. That never happened. Because I learned later on that prednisone gets rid of your ability to lose weight. So anyway, the third and probably one of the most dangerous symptoms of sleep apnea that I had was what I call the cotton picking, chicken pecking. Cotton picking, chicken pecking, yeah. And that's when you're driving and you're doing this. Like you're falling asleep all the time and you're thinking, I just got to get home. I just got to get, and that can be so dangerous because one time you're just going to do this and not wake up, and you'll either get killed or kill somebody else, or somebody's going to get hurt. So that's just dangerous. So I went to the doctor, back to Dr. York, and he put me through a bunch of tests, did the breathing tests and everything, and he said the last test is the actual sleep test. So for that, I had to go to the hospital, and they put all kinds of sleep monitors on me, to see what was going on with my breathing, with my heart, with my brain, all kinds of things, because there are different kinds of sleep apnea. So I went ahead and stayed a night in the hospital just so that they could check me out for when I was actually sleeping. And you're supposed to take your own pillow and whatever you usually wear when you sleep, or whatever you usually do when you sleep, to try to get it so that they're duplicating your night of sleep. So when I got back from that, he said, well, I didn't think you had sleep apnea, but you definitely do have sleep apnea. So then he sent me to the breathing people, where you get the machine. and there's a breathing machine that forces air into your lungs. Forces air into your lungs while you're breathing at night, so that it allows you to breathe better. Well, anyways, Dr. York sent me to the breathing company. I don't even remember what they were called. And so they put you through a bunch of tests, and they try different machines on you. The first one has a mask over your nose and mouth, and it forces air into your lungs, so that, not really forces it, but just gently pushes the air into your lungs so that you can breathe better. And because, like I said, there's different kinds of sleep apnea, and one of them has to do with the brain shuts off or something. Mine was simply that the little flap between the lung pipe and the food pipe that goes back and forth would fall back and disallow my breathing. And so it had to be, the air needs to be going through all the time to keep it open. Okay, so that was my kind of sleep apnea. So after trying, different kinds of machines, I just wasn't satisfied with any of the machines, because the nose plugs kept coming out and didn't feel great. I have a wide bridge here in my nose, and growing up in Canada with 90% white people, everybody has these narrow noses, and they didn't really have anything that would fit here, so that, the nose piece always hurt. And then there was I think there was the full mask or something like that. Well, I just thought it was not sexy, but I guess you do your business and then you mask up. And none of them really satisfied me. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to have to come up with my own solution. And the machine was about $3,000. And at the time, I really didn't have $3,000 to, in my back pocket. So I just thought, well, I'm just going to have to come up with my own solution. So I did come up with a solution. It looks kind of funny, but it works for me. I no longer have the cotton picking, chicken pecking, and I can drive with. When I'm awake, I am fully awake. When I go to sleep, and I stay sleeping all night. I wake up fresh, and everything is good. And I can hit the day running, sort of deal. And I don't have any of the symptoms. I'm not getting up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. In fact, I hardly have to go to the bathroom in the morning, Okay, so this is the first portion of the solution that my son and I built. What this is actually 2 pieces of wood sandwiched together. Okay, if you can see, there's one piece on this side, one piece on this side. This side is covered with cotton batten, and then this side is covered with cotton batten. And what I did is I had matching sheets to my bed, and I just covered each side with the matching sheets. I just cut them up and just covered it, and just so that it's comfortable to lay against. Now the problem is that my bed is kind of a fancy bed, and it doesn't have a straight back for me to lay against, because the solution is actually to sleep sitting up, so that you are so you're not laying down, you're not laying back, and so that you're because we can breathe fine as long as we're upright. Okay, so that's the solution, is to sleep while you're upright. But my bed wouldn't allow that, so my son helped me. He cut the wood and helped me to glue all this together, and it's just, I mean, I'm sure you can make it out of whatever scrap wood you might have on hand, but this is like, I think one piece is about a 1/2 inch wide, and the other inch is about a 1/4 inch wide, and it's just stuff that he happened to have on hand, and basically sandwiched together with all the fabric and the cotton batten placed in the middle. Like, you know, like you could feel the cotton batten here. So that's what that is. So basically that goes on my bed, and my back is up against this when it's on my bed. And the height of it will be about here when I'm actually laying against it. So my back is just about right against it. And the rest I accomplish with pillows. Okay? Okay, the problem is I didn't want to film in my bedroom because I have to draw the line. So instead we're going to film out here, and you'll get the idea. Okay? So here we go. So I'm just going to use this lounge chair. So the idea is to have the backboard here, so that you're just basically as upright as is comfortable for you. And then I bought myself one of these armchair pillows. I'm not sure what they're called, but if you get one that's better than this. This one is too squishy, and so it doesn't really keep its shape. You need something that's much firmer than that to just hold things where they belong. Okay, so I just put this here, and the next thing is, if you're going to be sitting here, you want something probably under your knees to, you know, just kind of make it more comfortable. The next thing, if the armchair pillow is not enough, you might want an extra pillow just to stick in there for lumbar support. This is probably a little bit big, but you get the idea, just for your lower back, so that it sits in there quite nicely. Okay? Now, all of us girls with black hair know that it's important to sleep on satin. So what I do is I have a satin pillowcase that I made, and I just put it over top of the armchair pillow, and that is just to protect my hair, just for another pillow to set there, just to keep it all streamlined. Okay, this next portion is optional. I just have a couple little pillows just to put on each arm, or just to put wherever, just to make things comfortable. You know, if you need another pillow tucked here, another pillow tucked there, and just to make sure that you are upright and yet comfortable. Now, one of the key things in this solution is a neck pillow. Again, this is covered with satin to protect my hair. And what I did, actually on tour one year, I found these, but they would go around my neck, but they didn't have a clasp or anything. So what I did, I'll show you real quick, is I just sewed a button onto that end. I left this open so you could see, and a little ponytail loop. I just doubled it and sewed it right there, so that you can just button it right up, and it just stays just like that. Okay. And of course, what I didn't bring out was my satin hair cover, my little hair bonnet that I put on. But yeah, it looks like that when it's all done. And it shouldn't choke you or anything. Make sure there's lots of space. If you want to, if you tend to drool, just throw a washcloth on there or something soft that, you know, you're not gonna lay on that or whatever. Okay, and so let's get this all together. So here I am in my nice comfortable pillow setup with all the pillows that I need. Usually when I'm in bed I don't need an extra pillow up in here. But I mean, if you do, you do. Just stick one there. One of the tendencies with sleeping sitting up is that your covers tend to fall down, and you might get cold or whatever. So your covers tend to sit around your waist and not want to stay up. So you know your shoulders might get cold. So what I do is I have my little, I call it my little brown blankie. Now I got this at Chapters. You buy enough books, you could get these for cheap. They, if you want to just buy it outright, it's about $80. This is a nice warm 2-layer microfiber blanket. And it's really furry on one side, not so furry on the other. So it's just perfect. I carry this around always like I'm Linus or something, you know, if I'm cold or whatever. So I just stick this up here and it stays on my shoulders quite nicely, and you find a nice place to put your hands or whatever. And so here we are in bed. Now the key here, if you want to make sure that you're going to stay comfortable, is to make sure, just sit here and just totally relax and find out where your head is going to fall. If it falls back, you're not sitting up enough. You want it to fall, if anything, you want it to fall slightly forward, and then you know you're good. Okay? And just totally relax and make sure that your head is going to fall slightly forward, and if it's not, then get some more pillows. Now you could all do this in a recliner, but I find recliners sit back too far, but you would have to build it up in a pillow with pillows anyways. So if you have a comfortable recliner that puts your feet up so that they're not going to swell in the morning or whatever, then great, do it in a recliner. This is my solution. I know it looks kind of funny, but boy, I tell ya, I don't have to buy a $3,000 machine, and I'm sleeping through the night. I'm comfortable, and you know what? There's only one person that sees me like this anyways. That's my husband, and he loves me the way I am. So I hope this helps. Give me your comments. Make sure to like and subscribe, and give it a try. You know, if you have sleep apnea and you're having trouble sleeping through the night, I mean, this will probably keep you safe while you're driving. I know it doesn't look like it, but it'll probably keep you safe while you're driving, or you know, keep you more comfortable at night, and might take care of that acid reflux or those ulcers or whatever. And it's a natural solution to a physical problem. So I have to say that the first couple of nights, my back did hurt a little bit, but after that, never. I think it was 2 nights. The first night was hard, the second night was not near as hard, the third night was just fine, and that was it through the entire time. I've never experienced any back problems. I make sure that my knees are up slightly so that they don't bow out And so I don't have any knee problems or anything. Another thing was with sleep apnea, I was waking up with horrible headaches because, of course, your brain isn't getting the amount of oxygen it needs to get if you're not breathing. So those have completely gone away. And so I'm convinced that I have gotten rid of my sleep apnea. Yeah, I could buy a $3,000 machine, but you know what? Pillows are cheap. So anyhow, peace, love, everybody. And like I say, make sure you, thanks for giving me a like, and thanks for subscribing, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye.